Hello, hello, hello. So here we are on our second season, fourth story. I'm super excited to be here. Super excited to have you here. If you are here on the live, awesome that you made it. I am moving around. Oh, it's hot in here now. I'm moving around. I'm in Vancouver, moving around from house to house right now, just enjoying this freedom of living in different places, having new experiences. Um, yeah, we spent 3 months in Vancouver. So in a beautiful place in North Vancouver right now. And yeah, life is good, good, good. So I'm working on building up this patron group. I have a lot of good stories left to tell. I'd like to get as interactive as possible. So feel free to leave any questions, comments. If you questions about the story, questions about anything that you have, then leave me a question. I will get back to you. And then if you want to get on one-to-one with me, we can set a one-to-one session as well. So just let me know. Um, I have some awesome things going on, and I think I just want to let you know about that before we start. Um, I have a whole academy called Sexual Empowerment Academy. And there are three amazing programs in the Sexual Academy right now, Sexual Empowerment Academy, or C. I'm going to call it C. Three amazing programs in C. The latest is How to Have a Threesome. And this was a really great program for people that have never had a threesome before, that have talked about it, that are dreaming about it, that are fantasizing about it, but don't really know what to do or what steps to take. So it just gently takes you into what is required, what you need to do, how you can go about it, how you can talk about it with your partner, how to start feeling more comfortable with the concept, with the idea, how to set up meeting someone online, or how to meet someone organically, how to open to the idea. And then I get into the day of, the day after, and beyond, your next threesome. So it takes you really through step by step. You can learn so much in this, how to have a threesome, not just about having a threesome, but about your sexual connection with your partner. So it's the best deal ever on the C right now. So go in and get that program. If you want to go deeper, then I have Orgasmic Living for Women. That's a much more intensive 6-week program for women. So that might be something that interests you, that really helps you, or maybe it's your partner, discover their body, learn how to relax, open up to orgasmic potential, learn how to tap into the deeper sensations of the body. Okay, this is really important. If you're a woman and you are not having orgasms, or you're not connecting to your body, or you're not connecting to your sexual energy, or you want more connection to your body and sexual energy, this is going to take you there. It's transformative. It's beautiful. I have guest teachers in that program too. So really brings out lots of great information. The last program I have is called Deeper Us. That's for couples. And that's for couples who do want to go deeper, who want a more intimate connection with each other. So that's a beautiful program for you couples out there who need to reconnect, or need to connect at a deeper level, need to connect in a different way that you have not connected before, to get some spice back into your life, right? Get some spice into the connection that you have between the two of you. It's also gentle. All of this is all of this is about gentleness. We sexual connection, sexual energy is gentle. All of the stories that I tell, all of the experiences that I've had, are always starting out very gently, very, very soft and sensual, and taking time to make the connections with other people, taking time to go into the scene, so that you can really drop in and begin to feel it deeper in your body, right? So you can begin to feel the energy flowing, and so that when the energy flows, then you can let go of the fear that you might be holding on to about what you're doing. If you're in this particular scenario that I'm going to talk about, we connected with another couple. So we were scared. We were nervous. Every time you have a different experience, it's scary. You don't know what these people are exactly like, what exactly is going to happen. And the fear of it is also the excitement of it, right? Um, yeah, the excitement that exists within the unknowing of what's going to happen. You're all on the same page. You all get on the same page, and that's the process. I'm going to talk about how we got to that point. So you're on the same page of what you want to do. And then you slowly go into it. You slowly open to it. You slowly let your bodies come together, feeling each other, feeling the energy, and then you let it ride. You ride the wave. You ride the feelings, right? This is so important in all the sexual explorations that I've ever been on, and I talk about this a lot. It's not a rushed kind of way of being. It's gentle, it's sensual. If you ever see anything film wise or anything, you feel it slow and gentle and moves in and gets the energy moving, gets you excited, gets you really titillated, right? So this couple, and I get this a lot from people. Where do you meet people? How do I meet that couple? How do I meet that one for the threesome? How do I meet someone to have an interesting experience? Well, for us, we went on Craigslist. Craigslist is a free option. There are people like me. There are people just like you on Craigslist that just are looking to make connections. Of course, there's all sorts of sites as well. You can join different sites and put up a profile and a picture and start talking to people on different sites. That's also an option. This particular situation, this artistic couple we met, and we were invited to their loft. We met them on Craigslist. We are just looking around Craigslist. There is a couple looking to connect with another couple for something possible to happen intimately. Very kind of gentle explanation. So that interests me because they don't really know for sure what they're looking for. They are exploring. We were at the beginning stages of our exploration. And okay, let's meet them. Who are they? We're on Craigslist. They're on Craigslist. They say they're artistic. Okay, we like artistic people. That's something that interests us. So, when you're writing something about yourself, you want to put a few things about you that stands out so that somebody can connect with you that might have some sort of similar ways of being, right? So for us, we read artistic, easygoing, um, nature lovers, like certain things really kind of attract me, and I get interested right away, which is perfect because I I want to meet people. Well, we wanted to meet people that we could have a little bit of an emotional connection as well, or a big emotional connection. So we could really get into the foreplay with each other. Of course, we have to have the physical connection too, but that comes upon meeting somebody. So here we are. We find these people online. We were trying to set up a time to get together. Now, it took quite a while to have our first meeting because she was busy, he was busy, I was busy, my husband, so we were getting four people together takes some time. But finally, the day comes, we have a date to go for a coffee with them. We're super excited. We get all dressed up, we get all ready. Let's go see who these people are. This is called a non-committal meeting because we don't we don't want to jump. We didn't want, and I don't want to, and I don't, still don't, and I don't like to just, meet for sex, meet for sexual exploration the first time. I don't know if I want to have sex with you. I want to meet you. I want to talk to you. I want to see what you're up to, what you want, what you like. I want to find out if we have a good connection so that we can have a fun time. So we can talk about it first before we do it. So we can set up our boundaries before we go into it, just by knowing each other and knowing more information about each other. So we set up a meeting with them. The night comes, and when we get there, only he is there. She's not there. And he says she got a call for some work and she couldn't make it. Probably is the case. She could have been scared too, because there were situations we had where people didn't show up out of fear. But maybe that was the case, and I think it was the case because we did get to know them better. So we did have a nice sit down with him. He was a very handsome man. I was very attracted to him, and he was an artist. He was very interesting. He'd done a lot of traveling. The connection was there right away with me and my husband too, because he really liked the personality of the guy. And the guy was not a bisexual, but he was friendly, not afraid of anything touching male to male. So we had a really great first meeting, but we still had not met her. Yes, she's into it. She really wants to do this. Just couldn't make it. But for me, I still would like to meet both of you, because we're all going to be in the room together on this experience. So we said, okay, well, this has been great. Let's set up another meeting. We can all meet when she is free. So that, again, we had to wait for that to happen, wait for the perfect time. It did come. So now the four of us are meeting. And it was always a surprise to meet people in real life. Online, it's totally different. In real life, it's real. It's real. So now the four of us are sitting there, and yes, she's a very attractive woman. Also great, interesting, intelligent. We all have a great connection. Yes, we're going to do this, and we have a good conversation about our sexual interests, our sexual preferences, what we've done, what we haven't done, what we like to do, like with no commitment yet, just talking about sex, talking about what are you doing out here on Craigslist looking for some sexual exploration. They told us then about this great loft that they lived in. That excited us too. Like on their own, they live in a loft. They have a beautiful view from the loft. Wow, artistic place in this cool neighborhood in the city. So all the elements attracted me to this couple and to my partner as well. So we left, I think we decided then and there that yes, we will get together and we are going to do this. The next meeting will be that situation. We weren't all ready at that moment for some reason. It just, no, we'll wait till the next time. It's the anticipation that is also fun, because now we leave and we're kind of excited that we've met some people, and what are we going to do, and when is it going to happen? And this is exciting. We've got a date possibility. We went on many dates with people, dates, non-committing dates, non-sexual dates with many people. But the actual number of people that we chose, or that we all had this connection, that they chose us, we chose them, was small. We're not into just having sex with anybody. I am not. Many of us are not. Just anybody, just for the sake of sex. There are people that do, of course. But I'm not. I want to have an emotional connection. And with a couple, it's trickier because you're not just dealing with one. You have to like both, and you both have to like both. And you have to all be sort of on the same page. So we had decided, we had talked about boundaries in the meeting too. And we decided that we were going to do same room sex. Okay. So that just means that we're going to get together and they're going to have sex and we're going to have sex. And we'll see what happens. Just to keep it simple. She was a bit nervous. I guess we were a little nervous too. We weren't sure what we wanted to do with them. So we said, let's just do same room sex. And we'd had one other experience before with a couple, and it was a disaster. So we just thought, let's take it slower. Just do like a one step in this time and see how it goes. So we finally get a date to go to their apartment, to their loft, to their cool downtown loft. and oh my God, we were decked out, dressed up to the T. Always get dressed up. This is a date. You're going as a couple on a date with another couple. So you're going to, look good, get ready, have a whole foreplay before you even get there. Their place was amazing. Just beautiful, interesting, funky, modern art all over the walls, these huge ceiling, big table, gorgeous couch, glass, whole glass wall looking out. No one could really see in except if they were up in the parking lot at this other building, they could see in. So there's a possibility of voyeurs up there. But that was fine. It was cool. We loved it. We love it, love, love it. We were super excited, and they had nice drinks and little snacks. And so let's go. And it always takes a little while to get started because you don't know who's going to start, when it's going to start, who's going to initiate, and then what's going to happen. You have no idea. And you have to let go of all your expectations because you want to allow it to be natural at this point. Let the organics of the energy play itself out. So we're sitting on one place, they're sitting on another part of the couch. We're close, we're talking, and then we start, making out, and they're making out. So now we're starting let's start. It wasn't like, okay, let's go. It just sort of started naturally. It was the time. We've each had a drink, and we were now just, okay, we're going to relax and get into this. And you're kind of peering over at them and seeing how far they're going, and they're looking at us, and a few clothes come off. And now we move closer. There's a big ottoman that we sit on, which is right next to them. And more clothes come off, especially mine. I seem to always be the one to whip the clothes off faster than anybody else. Not expected that I would do that. I just feel it and I do it. And when someone feels that energy and they're ready to go and they're ready to take some action, do it, just start. So we did have these boundary in place of same room. So in the beginning, we were making out with our own partner, and we just kept getting closer and closer to them as we were shifting position. We were all getting naked, but we were still just responding to our own partners. It was very exciting because you could hear them, you could see them, you could watch them a bit. They were watching, you could see them watching you. At one point, we just stopped and watched them for a little while. That was very hot. Now we're voyeurs and they're the exhibitionists. And it kind of traded off. They stopped and watched us, and we got closer. And then her and I am not bisexual, but we just had this desire to touch each other, get closer, kiss each other. So suddenly her and I are on the ottoman together, just kissing, touching gently, and the guys are close to us. So now the connections happened, and it's same room with the women connecting. Very exciting, very exciting. The two guys just stayed in their place. They didn't get involved much. There was a little bit of hands coming in, touching my body. I'm not sure whose. There were his hands. Yes, probably her hands. Hands were moving around. Now it's just still slow and sensual, and it really remained very slow and sensual the whole entire time. There was no fire in this event, and that's okay. That's okay. This is the opportunity to just take your time and be present. One thing that I found, and I was learning as I was going along, going through all these explorations, is that often I would not be there. I was so nervous and scared, and things would just be happening, and I wouldn't really be present. But this was a situation that I was really focused on being present. And I was feeling every touch, and every touch caused me to move in a different way and respond differently. And I'm kissing her, and now I'm kissing my partner, and then I'm kissing him a little bit, and then hands are touching each other, and the bodies were moving, slowly and sensually touching. I see my partner touches her, and he touches her, and he touches me. And the guys really didn't interact that much in this particular episode, but it was very beautiful and very sensual. There was only intercourse happening with me and my partner, and the two of them were having intercourse, but there was not an exchange in this particular situation. It just wasn't, we weren't ready, and it wasn't meant to be in this particular time. So um, it was really more about the bodies, the energy, coming together on different parts of the couch. And then, then suddenly there was a real slowdown, and everybody kind of like sat back, and we were just looking at each other at one point. They were over in that part, we were in this part of the couch, and we all just start laughing and laughing and laughing hysterically. Like it's the funniest thing ever. We all looking out the window, and it's just like this wide glass window looking onto the buildings. And um, we don't know if someone's watching us or not, but it would be like if they were watching a dark, sensual show of some sort, which I found exciting too. That if somebody was, that would be very exciting to have happen as well. There are people. I am a huge voyeur. Like I really love watching. I'm also an exhibitionist at times. So I understand both places, to be in the voyeur space and to be the exhibitionist space. And I encourage you to try both. Let yourself feel what it's like to be in both of those places. Whatever situation you're doing, if you're in a threesome, sit back and watch your the two, maybe your partner and the other person. Maybe you're the third watching the couple for a minute. Just like, where do I fit in? What do I feel like doing next? Oh, let's see what's going on here. What turns me on? And then allow yourself to be the exhibitionist too, where, they're watching me. This is fun. Oh, let me just like get into this more. Let me really put on a show. Let this become more exciting, more sensual. So try both of these roles, and that's what was kind of happening. We were all taking turns watching, and then taking turns being watched in this very hot, sensual, sexy location. They had candles, um, and it was kind of dark, and music was playing, and oh my goodness, yeah, all of the elements are super important, right? All of the elements to stimulate your senses, to get you activated, to get you calmed down. And they knew how to do it. I mean, their loft in itself was kind of macabre and really sexy and dark, and then the candles really added to it, and then the music, beautiful stereo system. They're dressed very nicely, so were we. So here we go into this sensual dance with them. Um, yeah, and it just took, that's as far as it went, because we had that boundary of same room sex, and none of us really wanted to go too far beyond it. Like we did a little bit cross into it, but we all were respecting each other, and nobody really felt like going beyond that. And I was feeling like this is like our first time. I think I could be with these people a number of times, and we actually were with them a few more times, which I will talk about another time. But this was just introduction. What are their bodies like? What do we feel being close to these people? How do they respond to what we're doing? Um, what do we feel like doing with them? What are they into? There's so many questions that are not answered until you take a first step. And then once the evening ended and we were all feeling okay, that was nice. That was nice. That's as far as we all want to go. We just sat down, we had a drink, talking, laughing, just enjoying each other's company, because there was also that emotional connection that had been established before we even started. and we all felt like, yeah, we want to do this again. We want to do this again. This was fun. Knowing in our minds that it was going to be different and probably deeper, right? So that's the story of this beautiful artistic couple inviting us to their loft. I will have another story about that because next time we meet up with them, they have set up a whole party. So, ooh, what happens there? That was really fun. So next time I'm going to tell you about that. So stay tuned. Not the next story coming up, but about 3 or 4 stories down the road, down the months, I will be back to the artistic couple in their loft, but with a sexy party, many people there this time, and tell you all about that experience. So thank you so much for coming. Please, again, comments, questions, didn't understand something, let me know. Want deeper questions, want to know more about this or about that, let me know. And I will share with you. Okay. So yeah, take care and go out and explore. Much love making.